Welcome to VSR Tech Info. This is VS Rao and the project is Do It Yourself ESR Tester, Equivalent Series Resistance of the Capacitance Measurement. Nothing is perfect in this world, and that includes electronic components. Resistors have a little bit of capacitance and inductance. Inductors have a small resistance, and capacitors have all the three, that is resistance, inductance and capacitance, in short RLC. Most of the time these parasitic quantities can be ignored and we can treat the components as ideal resistors, ideal inductors and capacitors. Capacitors, especially large value electrolytes, can suffer from an illusory low value resistor that appears to be in series with an ideal capacitor. This is referred to as the equivalent series resistance ESR of the capacitor. It's illusory because ESR is not a true resistance, rather it is the result of a combination of many factors, all of which contribute in some way to loss of power in the capacitor. RP is the parallel resistance, ESL is the equivalent series inductance, RS is the series resistance and C is the capacitance. The whole thing simplified to ESR, equivalent series resistance and the capacitance. Capacitor is basically just a pair of conductors separated by a dielectric. The conductors in a large value electrolytic capacitor are usually strips of foils as shown in the diagram. These are the strips of foils and two electrolytes are separated by these. The dielectric is an insulating oxide layer formed on one of the strips, the anode or the positive electrode, plus a liquid or paste electrolyte which acts as the second electrode of the capacitor, the cathode. This is shown in this diagram. The foil is separated by an oxide layer. This dielectric stuff can be corrosive, so if you have a capacitor which is physically damaged and oozing electrolyte, be careful. Losses in the dielectric plus leakage across the capacitor, resistance in the welds and mechanical crimp contacts to the terminals all contribute to this ESR. Here is the problem. Over time, especially at elevated temperatures, the liquid electrolyte component of the dielectric dries or leaks out. The capacitance may not change very much, but there will be an increase in resistivity, therefore the ESR rises. To make matters worse, depending on the electrolytic substance or the dielectric substance, the ESR can vary with frequency. This can be a problem if the capacitor must handle substantial alternating current, as in the case of a switching power supply. Higher ESR combined with high current means extra power dissipated in the capacitor. The resulting temperature rise can cause further degradation and premature failure of the capacitor. Aluminium electrolytic capacitors are particularly prone to this problem, especially if they have been around for a long time in the circuit. Solid tantalum capacitors also have ESR problems, but to a lesser degree compared to aluminum electrolytic capacitors. Small ceramic capacitors are essentially free from this ESR problem. The basic function of a capacitor is to block DC and pass AC, or in simple words, any voltage which is pulsating in nature will be allowed to pass through a capacitor, and any voltage that is not polarized or in the form of a DC will be blocked by a capacitor through the process of charging. Another important function of capacitors is storing electricity by way of charging and supplying it back to an attached circuit by the process of discharging. The above two main functions of capacitors are used for implementing a variety of crucial operations in electronic circuits which enable getting outputs as per the required specifications of the design. However, unlike resistors, capacitors are difficult to measure through ordinary methods. For example, an ordinary multimeter might have many measuring features included like an ohm meter, voltmeter, ammeter, diode tester, HFE tester, that is gain tester, etc., but might just not have the elusive capacitance measuring feature. The feature of a capacitance meter or an inductance meter is seen to be available only in high-end type of multimeters, which are definitely not cheap, and not every new hobbyist might be interested in procuring one. The circuit effectively tackles the capacitor's ESR issues and shown how to build a simple, inexpensive capacitance meter which can be built at home by any electronic novice. The deterioration of an electrolytic capacitor will first lead to its increasing ESR. Later, its capacitance may also decline. The higher ESR of the capacitor may already cause a malfunction of the appliance while the capacity is still good. A great advantage of this ESR meter is that you do not need to desolder the capacitors from the circuitry because the measuring voltage is low and thus the surrounding components do not affect the measurement. That is, the measurement will not forward bias any semiconductors. The measuring principle is simple. The capacitor is connected to an alternating current of high frequency, typically 50 kHz, and the voltage drop across it is measured. A higher voltage drop means a higher ESR. The diagram shown here is the ESR meter, which is built around 555 integrated chip. This 555 acts an oscillator, typically oscillating at 50 to 100 kHz, and the output is fed to the device under test, which is our electrolytic capacitor. The voltage drop across this electrolytic capacitor is measured by the analog microampere meter or the VU meter. This analog microampere meter is of 50 microamperes, or you can use 100 microamperes also. You need to change the resistor components based on the chosen meter. For VU meter, bypass this R3, replace R4 with a 220 ohm resistance. R2 is selected so that analog meter is not over range while no capacitor is connected. This is R2. And resistance R1 determines the sensitivity. Diode D1 and D2 should have low voltage drop, preferably Schottky diode to be used here. D2 protects analog meter against excessive voltage when no capacitor under test is connected. Any Schottky diode you can use here. The test leads should be short, that is 30 cm or 1 feet maximum at most to be used, because their resistance and inductance may affect the measurement. Wires to the measured capacitor, that is device under test, should be doubled as shown in the schematic diagram. Larger electrolytes have a low ESR, of course, so it is advisable to make a scale according to typical ESR values of brand new capacitors. Sufficient is a logarithmic scale, as 1 microfarad, 10 microfarad, 100 microfarad, 1000 microfarad can be marked as the measurement. The meter is powered from a 9 volt battery. At open circuit condition, the ESR meter draws about 6 milliamperes and during measurement up to 16 milliamperes, so that the battery life is sufficiently large. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe and like VSR Tech Info. Thank you.